go to weddings and stuff, and somebody puts coke down and says, "Oh, you're still serving coke?" And they say, "Oh no, we bought it before the boycott."
We need that. We need people to come together. We need social media. We need the influencers. We need people. If this was happening to another faith, I would like to think that all Muslims would come together and pray for them. As humans, we have that right over another human suffering. We need to, if we can't do anything, then we need to make dua.
Time. We've been rather busy, but these are all my friends still back, got them all back together. And so ladies, what have you been all up to?
Oh, we haven't been sat down doing nothing. We've been busy planning weddings and bringing more exciting content for Muslimah mamas.
Life's got in the way, I guess. Been busy.
Yeah. What about you? What's your excuse? You haven't had...
She's been helping me. She's been helping me. She's been helping me with all the wedding preps.
You're probably right. I think we've just been helping everybody with all their wedding preps. You know, everybody's had we've had alhamdulillah some weddings.
Ups and downs, more ups than downs.
Yes, we've had ups and downs. And it's been hectic. You know, wedding planning is not easy. And, you know, we've had Eid in between. There's always something going on with our families. Somebody's going away, somebody's coming, so it's been a lot going on.
It's been happy times though. We've been shopping for the wedding. My daughter's, by the way, getting married, so we're shopping for her, and you know, all the best. She's had her nikah and looking forward to the wedding.
Mashallah.
Are we going to keep it a secret, all the planning we've got for Muslim mamas and all that?
That will be, you know, we will reveal it slowly.
Yes. Your daughter's getting married, and my son's just got married.
Yes. Yeah, so mashallah, we've had like, you know, four weddings
between us. Between the four of
Yes.
us, so you know, it's a lot in the last 6-7 months.
Yes.
And because we're best friends, we're stuck together, so we all have to help each other out.
That's good.
So it's not one wedding, it's everybody's wedding.
One more to go. We've already done the nikah, and a lot of family was against it. But as we have, done a lot of research for our last topic, I think we have discussed this before here, and I was like, you know, we've already discussed this, and nikah should not be delayed. So I was on board, and then the rest of the family came around to it.
Had no choice.
They had absolutely no choice. But alhamdulillah that we've done it, and it's so good. Now the groom and the bride, they both can relax, chat to each other, talk to each other, and there's no, no one can say anything, oh, she's talking to him or anything. You know, we're still stuck in that culture, aren't we? So whether you're engaged,
the path for the wedding preparations as well. You know, they can get together and do their shopping.
They can do their shopping together. They chose their rings for each other. So that was quite nice, and it's special. I think these special moments should be shared, and not him, being stuck with other aunties, and my daughter stuck with you lot. So I think she liked that, shopping with her husband, so that was quite nice. And now we're looking forward to the wedding. And again, it's not, this is a cultural thing, like, we're holding everything up for Rukhsati. So inshallah, that'll be here soon.
My daughter had her nikah on the day of her marriage, but it depends. It all works. Some people prefer that, and some people prefer the way of getting
lots of people are saying, oh, there'll be so many people at the wedding, lots of the hands going up for dua. I said, well, you can still do dua at home, and it was an intimate affair. The mosque we did it at the Cambridge Mosque, so we were bound by some numbers. So that's 50. That's just my immediate family. So there was no room for anybody else. But it was quite nice. So
it was more intimate.
Yes, and it was really nice and very simple, exactly how it should be.
It was really lovely. It was intimate. She looked gorgeous. That's how it should be, isn't it? Close celebration. Because sometimes we can get lost with all everything.
I wanted it bigger. I wanted her to go and get dolled up and everything, and she said, "No, Mum, I'm going to keep it simple."
Nothing left that she could have possibly have done.
But you know what I mean. And so she wanted to keep it simple. So
I'm sure we'll have fun.
And another thing, message for the mums. Do spend time on your clothes, because on nikah day I did not know what I was wearing because I hadn't prepared for it. I thought I just pulled something out, but
you looked cool.
And you did.
And I managed it. But I think more time should have been given to.
She couldn't find anything out of 100 suits in the cupboard.
I don't think the views are.
Do you know why?
It's not selling it.
We put ourselves to last. I had all the boys' clothes arranged, everybody, down to their jackets, everything. But on the day I was saying, "What am I going to wear? I hadn't thought about that." And she wanted us to wear pastel colours, so that's why I was really stuck.
And I think we do that because when my daughter was getting married, before you plan, we're going to do this. this, we're going to wear this. But when it came to actually buying stuff, anything, I thought, right, yeah, that'll do. And I would never just, that would do for anybody else's wedding, but it had to do for my daughter's because I just didn't have the time or the energy. And what I did consciously do at my daughter's wedding was wear a lighter suit because I thought I'll be running around. I had a really heavy suit for my niece's and my nephew's wedding, and it was so heavy that I really struggled. And I thought for my daughter's wedding, I want something light because I have to be running around.
You do tend to forget yourself, don't you?
Yeah.
Because I thought, well, let Ramzan be over and I'll go shopping, because my son's wedding was a month after Ramzan. And, well, I couldn't find anything I wanted. Well, everything sold out, everything I wanted, or the colour that I had in mind. There was nothing there, so it took us about 3-4 days.
We do leave ourselves to the last, and I mean, I had a lot of family saying, why were you so simple? I didn't look my usual Christmas tree type thing, so they were like, why were you so simple?
But you're talking about dressing. Do you not think when a daughter's getting married, you also have the emotional aspect of it? You do want to go out and buy it.
No,
okay.
No.
I want to look good doing it, giving daughters away too,
Because I think I'd be emotionally.
So there's lots happening with whatever's been going on, globally as well. So everything was like coming, playing its part, and we really couldn't celebrate it like we.
And I would advise mums. I mean, this only worked for me up until before the guests arrived. The guests started arriving. The immediate family were obviously all there. I kept my trainers on underneath my lenga, so that it was just so comfortable because I was running around. The hall was so big, and then when I saw extra guests coming in, I thought, oh God, I'll go put those killer heels on. But honestly, if I could, I would have just kept my trainers on.
I mean, through Ramzan and when we're doing Eid celebration, you feel guilty that Ummah is supposed to come together, and when one part of the Ummah is suffering, you're supposed to feel that pain for your brothers and sisters. We feel as though a lot of the Ummah are desensitized now. They see it, they don't feel the same pain they would have done if they saw it for the first time.
Yeah, they're used to it now. They've become immune to it.
When you have that ongoing going on, it doesn't become normal. Obviously, I don't want to normalize anything, but seeing it over and over and over again, it's not you don't have the same impact you would do when you first see. Even a bullet wound when you first see it, but now you're seeing far more. It hurts. I have to admit, I flick through because I just can't bear to look at it because
we've seen so much of it,
and I have to actually flick through it rather than see it because otherwise it traumatizes me. What do you do with the pain? What do you do with the suffering? You pray, you make dua, and you feel angry that people. This can happen in this day and age with so much human rights and so much power, so much money, so much education, and this can happen and it can be so globally ignored and almost normalized that someone can actually massacre and murder all these people without the other people.
But people are saying that, we're getting so sick of this now, we don't want to see this, we've been hurt, we're tired of it. Well, imagine people going through it. Do they want to, how are they going to? I mean, we're sick of just seeing blood. What about?
But would you get tired of your own suffering? Yeah. Would you get tired of seeing your own suffering? You wouldn't. You'd pray, you'd try and do something. If it was illness, you'd get medication, you'd try and get the best doctors, best medicine to actually heal that person. So seeing someone else's suffering, why do we feel as though it's not home? It could be home.
It's more tragic now than it was when it started because now they don't have any doctors because now they've got students doing they're taking Zoom meetings and doing surgeries over Zoom because they don't know what to do, and someone's telling them on the other side of the wall what to do. So this is more it's more horrific now than it was when it started.
Unfortunately, the problem is that what's happening is that we're watching it on TikTok and we're using or any form of social media. We're watching it. And at that time, in that present moment, we're very upset.
And what's funny when you go to weddings and stuff, and somebody puts Coke down and says, "Oh, are you still serving Coke?" And they say, "Oh no, we bought it before the boycott." But listen, Ronaldo, I remember, I think a couple of years back when he moved the Coke bottle out. He knew at that time, he's not even Muslim. And where are we now? Saying, we bought it before the boycott, so we got to use it up. You take the label off. Do something.
We need that. We need people to come together. We need social media. We need the influencers. We need people who have that voice to actually bring people together and show the voice of the people, the power of the people.
The voice of the people are not doing anything. I think it's just mainly it's all the governments, United Nations, human rights. It's all those people that could make a difference, not people like us. We can go on many marches.
But all the people on top, they're all linked to Zionists anyway. So, it's just a gimmick, isn't it?
I think we need to address that things are working. Boycotting is working. There's a lot of other things that are working. Influencers are working.
Yeah, because McDonald's have closed in
Influencers are
Malaysia.
Influencers are doing their job. They're followed by millions and millions. We know that, and we've learned so many new things via influencers. The people we follow. It works. That's why we have social media. Because they're getting
I think we should be more
They-
so targeting our government to be able to be our voice. Now elections are coming up.
That
we should be
is
shouting
happening.
and screaming. If you want our votes, you need to be doing something.
But they are blatantly saying, no,
Yeah, they're not gonna-
yeah. So
They're not doing
from the
it.
history,
I'm not voting.
from the history of time, from the beginning of time, that battle has always got ongoing.
No, but
parties
I think
not
it's
taken
1945 onwards, or 47 it's been going on.
Yeah.
It's all about greed.
Israel
It's not about
Israel didn't exist. Israel was created after 1947. So that's when all our problems started, in that part of the
But
world.
the sad thing is, Spain and Norway and which other countries they've accepted Palestine as a state.
So many
But
countries are changing.
Muslim countries, they still haven't opened their mouths.
But that's because
That's
their mouth
political.
isn't theirs, is it? It's been closed by money.
Dollars, yeah, they're sitting their mouths full with
But we
dollars.
have to recognise that it's changing. The House of Commons, have you seen the UN? Have you seen the walkouts? It is changing. You can see the change in our House of Commons. You can see the change in the world courts.
So we have to
such
keep
as
talking
being
about it. We mustn't.
That's it.
That's what we've got to do.
Doesn't matter how small your voice
Yeah.
is, and we've got to share awareness within our home, our house, our rooms.
Just don't forget it.
Yeah.
Gaza needs us more than ever now.
Yeah.
Sad as it is, we're actually getting used to it. We're getting used to those TikToks, and we get anything.
But you're not even seeing them anymore, are you?
No,
Not
I've
much.
seen a few.
They're not in your feed like they
Far
were.
and few.
Yeah,
when you
far
see
and
them.
few.
Maybe on Facebook I see a lot more there, and some of them they're just heartbreaking. But you just got used to them.
Yeah,
You
they
just
are.
scroll
They're
straight past them.
It's not the same old news anymore.
No.
It's completely. They've been cornered into a corner now, and they're going to be completely itself.
Muslims have taken a back seat, and what I find, other religions, other cultures, they're coming forward now. They're taking it forward, and while Muslims are just saying, "Oh, we've done our bit now." They're out of fuel.
Now they are really cornered, and they're going to get wiped out. So isn't now the most important time where we should be watching? We should be watching them more closely now, because this might be the last of them.
They're being slaughtered like animals.
My question is, how is that allowed, and why is that allowed? And today, Palestinian, tomorrow it could be us, could be any country. Everybody's out. It's all money. Everybody's out for their own gains. Everybody's out for their country's gains. Everybody has their fingers in everybody's pies, so they're not going to be able to do it. But when the common people, when the Joe Public speaks up, they don't have to listen to them. But when they actually group together and they realise they're making an impact.
The future, the political leaders are the top universities in the countries. And have you seen what's happening in the universities at the moment in the UK and the US? That's going to be the future. So they might wipe out Palestine, but
There's going to be
the future's
awareness.
going to be different.
Yes, the
leaders are going to be different.
Yes. So even if there's not another Palestine happening, then you've made a difference. Because right now,
I think Palestine's been so damaged now. They've been cornered like cattle into one corner and executed, literally executed, women, children, and men. What's left now? They've got what they wanted. They've managed to. And you know what? It does. It does scare me. It does scare me. What was there a political reason for what happened on October the 7th? Was it who did it? Who was involved?
I think everyone knows.
So we went through
that, but
we went through the whole of
saying-
history. We went through our generation's schooling, being taught how Nazi tortured the Jews, the Holocaust, everything, and we were all. We were taken to the concentration camps to have shown them to show how it was done, and we had to feel how hard it was for them.
We all have to read back to back, front to back to front again.
We studied it. We did GCSEs on it. Now the same thing is happening, worse. So what? Are our grandchildren, our grandchildren going to be learning about this? Is there going to be back-to-back diaries?
Do you know what?
Or is there going to be TikTok videos? Is there going to be?
I don't think it's any worse. I just think we've just got social media. We didn't have live coverage then of what was going on.
It's not about being worse. It's the fact that it's happening
It was just
again.
as
It's
bad. It
allowed
was
to
just
be
as,
happening
no, it
again.
was just as bad then, but we just didn't have colourful videos that were going around instantly. It was just as bad then.
Everything was
have to
blamed on one ruler, Hitler, and now you've
we've
got
got
so many Hitlers now doing it, isn't it?
killed one, you created so many.
Whoever's quiet is involved in it.
And the thing about it, Israel is in the middle of an Arab world full of Muslims.
Yeah.
If they all just got together, this could end overnight.
Everybody, but if they did, they'd be helicopter, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody that speaks up, they
Yeah.
know. They know.
Yeah.
Well, they have great enough intelligence that they can all do it in one. They could do so much. I'm going to say.
But they choose not.
They choose not to. I heard in a podcast the other day that do we feel enough to be able to get up at tahajjud and make that turakhat for the Gaza? Are we doing it? Are every Muslim doing it? If as a Muslim make that intention and say I'm going to get up for my brothers and sisters in Gaza and do that turakhat tahajjud for them. Imagine the multitude, imagine them.
I think many people did that during Ramadan. I think many people did.
What's
get up
stopping
and
us doing it really?
I know Beela, that was the month, the holy month.
Yes.
But I know the majority of the world would have done exactly that during the month, the holy month, because they were up for Tahajjud and they were. But there are children. You know, we've got to remember that those children that die, there are children.
You know, you don't. It's not just the dead; it's the ones they have in prison. What horrors and what are they going through?
Yeah, no.
You don't even want to think about that.
As ummah are supposed to be part of one body, and when one ummah is hurting, one Muslim is hurting, we're all supposed to be hurting.
Maybe the Arab nation needs to know that. Maybe they should be there. They could do anything. They have a lot of money. We can only stop buying Coke, stop going to Starbucks. There is so much that they can do. If Israelis have such a immigration policy for letting people, when we go there, we want to go to Gaza, stringent checks on us. Why are we as Arab nations letting them into our countries?
Well, Maldives are not letting anybody with Israeli
Some countries
go
are
in.
doing it, and it's about time, and it will catch on.
Other countries,
Yeah.
Because
maybe all of them should do that. Ban them. And Israel wasn't a country. They stolen. It was given to them in 1947. They were put there. They should.
But Israel and Palestine is just an example of the atrocities that can happen. I mean, it's the oppressor, isn't it? It's been going on since time began. We've got the Pharaoh oppressing.
Different oppressors,
Yeah. So oppressors they've just come in different forms and different names.
Well, ultimately we should be praying for them, like you just explained. Every time we do namaz or wake up for Tahajjud, doing that extra Rakat namaz. There's the very holy day of the day before day of Arafah and Eid as well. If you can fast. We should be doing that anyway on Saturday. We're going to be doing an Eid on Sunday. Make lots and lots of dua and ibadah for our ummah that are suffering, especially in Gaza, and also be conscious about how and what we're spending on. Of course, give charity, do as much fundraising as you can. Be sensible about where you are buying your clothes from, because lots of brands that we are trying to boycott. And more importantly, possibly give money to charity instead of giving gifts. That would be a good thing as well. Buying food where you buy from, much preferred a Muslim now. We're a lot more aware now.
You're local.
Going for a more
local business.
Muslim business, then being really cautious about where we're spending, what we're doing, and also sharing awareness. I saw a journalist on her last days. She's saying, and she was brought to tears, saying that I love going on my phone and watching what you guys are doing across the world, and you're praying for us.
Well, Eid's coming, so your children will have lots of money. Please teach your children to give some away for Palestine.
And if the kids need new clothes, if they don't really need them, don't buy them. Don't let that money to charity.
We will keep the cause alive if we keep talking about it.
Yes. Don't stop.
Remember your brothers and sisters in Gaza. It's very important they do that. Everybody does that. I've just got into a habit. Even when we go somewhere else, the kids all remember our brothers and sisters in Gaza.
They need us more than ever.
Yeah,
They do.
Yeah, Gaza.
With each day, they need us more.
Yeah, and we're going to be answerable on the day of Arafat. When we die, what did we do for them? Apart from making dua, we have to do something active. Actively make a difference. Even if it's charity, even if it's dua, even if it's just I don't know, going on a march. I know sometimes some people think, oh, why go on a march? I have family members that, you know, elderly people that will go, and some youngsters, oh, I don't want to go on a march, or you know, or middle-aged people.
More and more non-Muslims are going to these marches now.
If this was happening to another faith, I would like to think that all Muslims would come together and pray for them. And
for
fight
Ukraine,
for them.
we all did our bit.
Yes.
You know, there was a, you know.
It's not a religion. It's not a religion-based war. It's a humanitarian-based war. As humans, we have that right over another human suffering. We need to. If we can't do anything, then we need to make dua. If nothing else is possible, and we think our hands are tied, we can't possibly do, then we need to pick our hands up and make dua to Allah.
And I think you know. I think concluding on this, that you know, as we've all said, these are the most important things we've got to do in the month, in every day of our lives. But I hope and pray for peace and prosperity around the world to each and every one of you. It's the holy month coming up. It's the holy day of Arafat coming up in a few days or so. And I wish peace for everybody. And I hope you keep on watching us. We will be bringing more topics to you guys. But I think it's more important for the next few days, especially for the remember people of Gaza, remember each other, remember your fellow brothers and sisters of Islam, and all the world as well, and humanity.
And us.
Yes.
And remember to like, subscribe and comment.